American Psycho by Bret Easton Ellis. Chapter 44. Tries to cook and eat girl. Dawn. Sometime in November. I'm unable to sleep. Writhing on my futon still in a suit, my head pounding like someone has lit a bonfire on it. In it. A constant searing pain that keeps both eyes open. Utterly hopeless. There are no drugs, no food, no liquor that can appease the forcefulness of this greedy pain. All my muscles are stiff. All my nerves burning on fire. I'm taking Sominex by the hour since I've run out of Dalamain, but nothing really helps. And soon, even the box of Sominex is empty. Things are lying on the corner of my bedroom. A pair of girls' shoes from Edward Susan Bennis Allen, a hand with the thumb and forefinger missing, the new issue of Vanity Fair splashed with someone's blood, a cummerbund drenched with gore, and from the kitchen wafting into the bedroom is the fresh smell of blood cooking. And when I stumble up out of bed into the living room, the walls are breathing. The stench of decay smothers everything. I light a cigar, hoping the smoke will mask at least some of it. Her breasts have been chopped off and they look blue and deflated. The nipples are a disconcerting shade of brown. Surrounded by dry black blood, they lie, rather delicately, on a china plate I bought at Pottery Barn, on top of the Wurlitzer jukebox in the corner, though I don't remember doing this. I also have shaved all the skin and most of the muscles off of her face so it resembles a skull with a long flowing mane of blonde hair falling from it, which, connected to a full, cold corpse, its eyes open, the actual eyeballs hanging out of the sockets by their stalks. Most of her chest is indistinguishable from her neck, which looks like ground-up meat. Her stomach resembles the eggplant and goat cheese lasagna at Il Marlboro, or some other kind of dog food. The dominant colors are red, white, and brown. A few of her intestines are smeared across one wall, and the others are mashed up into balls that lie strewn across the glass-top coffee table, like long blue snakes or mutant worms. The patches of skin left on her body are blue-gray, the color of tinfoil. Her vagina has discharged a brownish, syrupy fluid that smells like a sick animal that had been digested or something. I spend the next 15 minutes beside myself, pulling out a bluish rope of intestine, most of it still connected to the body, and shoving it into my mouth, choking on it, and it feels moist in my mouth, and it's filled with some kind of paste which smells bad. After an hour of digging, I detach her spinal cord and decide to Federal Express the thing without cleaning it, wrapped in tissue and under a different name, to Leona Hemsley. I want to drink this girl's blood as if it were champagne, and I plunge my face deep into what's left of her stomach, scratching my chomping jaw on a broken rib. The huge new television set is on in one of the rooms, first blaring out the Patty Winters show, whose topic today is human dairies, then a game show, Wheel of Fortune, and the applause coming from the studio audience sounds like static each time a new letter is turned. I'm loosening the tie which I'm still wearing with a blood-soaked hand, breathing in deeply. This is my reality. Everything outside this seems like a movie I once saw. In the kitchen, I try to make meatloaf out of the girl, but it becomes too frustrating a task, and instead I spend the afternoon smearing her meat all over the walls, chewing on strips of skin ripped from her body. Then I rest by watching a tape of last week's new CBS sitcom, Murphy Brown. After that, and after a large glass of J&B, I'm back in the kitchen. The head in the microwave is now completely black and hairless, and I place it in a tin pot on the stove in an attempt to boil any remaining flesh I forgot to shave off. Heaving the rest of her body into a garbage bag, my muscles, slathered in Bengay, easily handling the dead weight, I decide to use whatever is left of her for a sausage of some kind. A Richard Marx CD plays on the stereo. A bag from Zabar's loaded with sourdough onion bagels and spices sits on the kitchen table while I grind the bone and fat and flesh into patties. And though it does sporadically penetrate how unacceptable some of what I'm doing actually is, I just remind myself that this thing, this girl, this meat, is nothing, is shit. And along with Xanax, which I am now taking half-hourly, this thought momentarily calms me. And then I'm humming the theme to a show I watched when I was a child. The Jetsons? The Banana Splits? Scooby-Doo? Sigmund and the Sea Monsters. I'm remembering the song, the melody, even the key it was sung in, but not the show. Was it Lidsville? Was it H.R. Puffin's stuff? These questions are punctuated by other questions, as diverse as will I ever do time and did this girl have a trusting heart. The smell of meat and blood clouds up the condo until I don't notice it anymore, and the ladder of my macabre joy sours and I'm weeping to myself, unable to find solace in any of this, crying out, sobbing, I just want to be loved, crushing the earth and everything I have been taught, principles, distinctions, choices, morals, compromises, knowledge, unity, prayer. All of it was wrong, without any final purpose. All it came down to was die or adapt. I imagine my own vacant face, the disembodied voice coming from its mouth. These are the terrible times. Maggots already writhe across the human sausage. The drool pouring from my lips dribbles over them, and I still can't tell if I'm cooking any of this correctly, because I'm crying too hard and, well, I never really have cooked anything before.